Blast me to Bermuda! It's time for Mad Merlin's Presents Imperium, Issue 1. Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to start our Imperium journey with Issue 1. So today we're going to have a quick flip through the magazine. We're going to roll up our character sheets for our 2 included models. We're going to build the models. I'm going to throw some paint on the models, and then I'm going to play through this issue's tutorial. So, without further ado, let's crack into it. So, first off, we have a bit background about Primaris Lieutenants, and his war gear. It's the rank of the Blade Guard. So let's write up our character for the battle record. So I'm going to roll for the names of weapons, titles, and characters, re-rolling any doubles. So let's see what we get. For his name, we have Varo Cassian. And his title, 5 again, Knight of Ajax. Okay, so his pistol's weapon name is 3, Bane of Heretics. His sword's name, Scourge of Corvon. And his shield is Sanctus Bulwark. Can't spell. So, there we have our Primaris Lieutenant all prepared for battle. And now we'll move on to our Royal Warden. So again, details a bit about what a Royal Warden is, what he does, the different ranks of nobility, his weapons, and other equipment. So let's see, his prime designation is 4 Shopkin or Zopkin. And his secondary designation, re-rolling doubles, Eknafet. So his dynastic epithets, his prime one is 4, the Unblemished. And his secondary, oh, yeah, a lot of doubles today. 1, the Doom of Flesh. Do excuse me for that. Clearing my throat. And his degradations. 2, cackles maniacally in battle. and refuses to retreat in the face of defeat. And his weapon's name, Solar Doom. It will flesh out the battle record a little bit more once we play some games of our characters. So, continuing with the magazine, we have background about the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines. About the Masters of Mankind, the Emperor Rabute Gilliman, 1,000 chapters, as well as some example chapters. And we have background about the Necrons, who are the oldest race in the galaxy, dating back 60 million years. Ancient even than the Eldar. Then you got a bit about the Necron, how they were before, the dynasties, and the kings, the silent kings. Okay, now we're on to building. So we'll grab our frame of models, as well as the base, which we require for the Primaris Lieutenant. So, first we need parts 1, 2, and 3. Find these on the frame, which are numbered. Take our clippers. And the flat of the blade up against the model. We just pinch. And finally, his head. So next up, we'll take our mold line remover and clean up any remaining bits of sprue tab. I also want to look for any mold lines that the model may have. There we go. Excuse me. So we need to slot the head in place and push 2 pegs on the inside of the torso to the 2 matching holes, oh blimey, on the back torso. So there we have our first component assembled. So next we will go for part 4, which is his left arm. And that will slot on to the peg on his left arm. Next we'll want part 5, his right arm. Stubborn. There. And we can push the pistol arm on, like so. Next we'll have part 6, his backpack. And at the same time, we'll go for part 8, his sword. Be careful with the iron halo. You don't want to damage any delicate components. So the sword slots into the hole and there's a little tab which goes in the dent on the back of the sword. There we are. And his backpack just slots in. A bit snug. Our Primaris Lieutenant is coming together. Just have 3 components left. So I want part 7, his shield. And that simply slots on to the tab peg on the back of the hand. Boom. Lastly, let's cut out parts 9 and 10. So his tilt shield goes into the hole on the chest. And we slot the dead Necron head into back hole and the peg on his foot into the front hole. Come on. In you go. Where are you going in? There we are. Primaris Lieutenant is ready for battle. I will glue him together off screen. So next, let's build our Royal Warden. So for this guy, we need a 32mm base, like so. Whoop. And we start with parts 1 and 2. Clip off the delicate pieces first, just so we don't cause any stress and snappage. There we have part 1. And now part 2. Oh no, there's damage. Oh dear. There we go. So parts 1 and 2 slot together like so. And we set it off to one side for the moment, as we prepare parts 3 and 4, the left arm and the spine. Ah, that's already snapped itself off. Okay. Careful. Oh dear, snipped a little too closely. So we'll push part 3 into the hole on part 2, threading the cable under around the waist. There. And now we want part 4, his left arm. There we go. Now we locate the arm like so. Next we need parts 6, the relic gauze blaster. There we go. We push the hole on the back into support arm. There. Right, final parts is part 7 and 5. So you want his head first, which is part 7, and part 5, his torso. So the head needs to go on first. And finally, locate the torso in place. Which holds everything in place. Locking it up nice and tight, and finally we place him on his base. So, continuing in the magazine then, we have a quick guide on how to get started, and then we have our first battle. So, I'm going to go paint up my models, and I'll be back with our first playthrough. So here we have the finished models from issue 1. I'll just put the turntable going. As you can see, I've painted the Necron Royal Warden in the colours of the Saltec dynasty. And the Primaris Lieutenant has been painted in the colours of the Ultramarines 3rd Company. I've even used some transfers on the Ultramarine, including his tilt shield and his left pauldron. And I've also varnished both models, including a gloss varnish on the base rims to protect against hard wear. And I've also put a gloss varnish over the energy areas of the Necron Royal Warden. So, now let's move on to playing Mission 1. Right, we are now ready to play our first mission. And, quite aptly, this mission is called First Contact. The Ramazes system is at war. On the surface of the industrial moon Megaria, a small force of Ultramarines have arrived to battle an invading army of soulless robotic Necrons. Warzone Ramazes. The Necron invaders have already begun to transform Megaria into an alien fortress. Across the surface of the moon, the Space Marines battle Necron phalanxes in the shadow of towering Necron obelisks and ruined Imperial factorums. Imperial forces have identified a repair station beneath the surface of Megaria as a key target. If the Ultramarines can prevent the Necrons from repairing their android legions, perhaps the Imperium may yet counter the Necron threat and reclaim the Ramazes system for the Emperor. An escalating conflict. The Ultramarines are the spearhead of a larger force, and more Necrons enter the Ramazes system with every passing day. Mission briefings. In the Necron repair station's obsidian depths, row upon row of silent Necrons wait to be revived and sent back into the fight. A small force of Space Marines have fought their way into the facility, intent on destroying it. Royal Warden, restore dominance. Beneath the surface of Megaria is the heart of the Necron repair complex. A single Royal Warden has awoken in the darkness. The Space Marines' assault on the planet's surface has damaged the facility's systems and destroyed many of its canoptic guardians. To make matters worse, a force of Space Marines have broken through the Necron facility's outer defenses. Though the repair complex's automated defenses will surely take care of most of the trespassers, the Royal Warden must reach and activate the facility's repair nodes. Doing this will revive its damaged kin so that they may rise up and drive back the remaining Space Marines. Primaris Lieutenant, halt the awakening. Having landed on Megaria, the Ultramarines spread out, scouting the ruins and seeking Necron strongholds. Strange readings from beneath the planet's surface revealed the presence of alien technology to them. A small force of Space Marines have made their way through a crack in the moon's crust and into the Necron repair complex. As they explored the ruins, the tomb-like structure's canoptic defenders slew many of their number, and the rest became separated by the alien labyrinth. A single Primaris Lieutenant finds himself near the repair complex's core. With his brothers unaccounted for, it falls to him to stop the Necrons' awakening. So, that's our mission. And here we have our equipment. So we have objective markers, dice, wound trackers for the Ultramarines and the Necrons, our range ruler, and of course our models. So for setting up, we're required to put down 3 objectives. We put objective 1 on location E, 2 on C, and 3 on A. Next we deploy our forces. The Royal Warden sets up on slot D, while the Ultramarine sets up on slot B. Now, we are ready to begin our game. So we have watered down profiles for the Ultramarines Primaris Lieutenant and the Royal Warden. So the Primaris Lieutenant has a move value of 6, a ballistic skill of 2+, a wounds value of 5, and a save of 3+. His weapon, the Neo-Volkite pistol, shoots 2 dice. The Royal Warden has a move of 5 inches, a ballistic skill of 3+, 4 wounds, a save of 3+, and his Relic Gauss Blaster shoots with 2 dice. In this mission, the Necron player will take the first turn. So, it's the Necron's objective to get to each of these repair nodes and try to activate them in order to win the game. It does this at the end of each turn, as long as it is touching one of the objective markers. So, we can only move in this mission, and our move value is 5. It's not enough to get to the objective, which is at least 6 inches away. We can, however, move 5 inches, and then we'll take a shot at the Ultramarines Lieutenant. So, we have 2 dice, and we need 3+ to hit. The Necron Royal Warden scores a single hit against the Ultramarine. So, the Lieutenant now rolls to save. He has a save value of a 3+, which means if I get a 3 or more, the wound is discounted. He does. His armor soaks up that Gauss Blast. And now, it is the Ultramarine's turn. As with the Necron Royal Warden, we're going to move our Ultramarine Lieutenant. He has a move value of 6, so we're going to move him up 6 inches, ready to intercept. Next, we'll take 2 dice and shoot with his Relic Gauss, with his Neo-Volkite pistol. He needs 2+ to hit, and he has scored 1 hit. The Royal Warden will need to roll 1 dice and a 3+ to save. He does so with a 4. End of the round, we'd normally check to see if the repair node activates, but as there's no Necron Royal Warden touching an objective, we move to round 2. So, the Royal Warden will now make his move. 3 inches to get on the objective. And he'll take 2 shots at the Lieutenant. Ouch! Both miss! It's now the Ultramarines' turn. So, going 6 inches forward will put us right in front of the Necron Royal Warden. So we're going to shoot him point blank in the face. 2 shots with our Neo-Volkite pistol. And 2 hits. So the Royal Warden now rolls 2 dice to see if he saves. He saves 1, but 1 goes through. He takes a single wound. We take one of the green wound markers and point it towards him. Now, it's the end of the turn, so that means the Royal Warden on the objective can test to see if it's an active repair node, and if it is, he's won the game. To do so, we roll a single dice, and on a 5 or a 6, the repair node is activated. This could be all over, and it is. Second round, and the Necrons won. Oh dear, it's not looking good for the Ultramarines. That means legions of Necrons are bound to wake up and take over the moon. Oh well, we'll have to try and slow them down in their next mission. Well, there we go. That was our first mission, and it is a pretty quick one. If the Necron Royal Warden had failed to roll, it would have gone on for more rounds, and the Ultramarines would have to focus on shooting down that Royal Warden before we could get to any more objective markers. So, let's see what's in our next Imperium. Issue 2 will include 3 Necron Warriors, Rune Lord brass paint, a brush, and a brand new mission. In Issue 3, we get 3 Assault Intercessors, a Potomac Crag Blue, and we learn all about the rules of close combat. So, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please follow me on my social media, use my affiliate link or buy me a coffee link. Like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more mad content, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.